Well, I don't quite know what to say.
Is it all right?
Well, I think there's more detail than is needed, but otherwise it's perfect.
I thought it was better to put everything in. That way there's more they can check up on.
I'm sure you're right. You haven't signed it?
No, I thought I was supposed to get a witness. Have you done it, Jackie?
Yes. Yes, she's done it. And she's got a witness.
It seems as though Helen's got all the proof in her bank account showing how he used to pay her for the girls she used to organise for.
Yeah, we knew that.
Well, all she has to do is get a written authority for them to see her bank account, and she's home and hosed.
This looks like our chance.
Well, what do you mean, Bea?
Well, if they don't let Helen out tomorrow, and I don't think they're going to, we have to find a way of getting that written authority to the Dispatch.
What do you reckon we can?
We have to. I'm going to slam that bastard Stan Phillips the last thing we do.
Damn it all. There's got to be some way we can get that letter of authorization out for Helen. I mean, we've got messages in and out of the pound before this.
Yeah, but this time it's different. The Screws are really making sure that nobody gets near her. Maybe Stanfield's bribing them too.
That wouldn't surprise me. That isn't our biggest problem. The Screws will slip up eventually, they always do. The tricky bit is going to be getting that letter out of the prison.
We better do something before long, otherwise Helen's going to end up spending the rest of her life behind brick walls. I mean, couldn't we get one of the visitors to smuggle it out?
Too risky. There's always a chance they might be searched. There's got to be someone we can trust. And I think it's going to have to be Steve Faulkner.
What? He's a Screw, remember? You know what they're like about money. He's probably being bribed too.
But he's helped us before, remember, as long as he thought it was for a good cause.
Yeah, and he never made us pay.
So all we have to do is convince him that Helen's cause is worth risking his job for.
Judy, Mrs. Davidson would like to see you.
What have I done now?
You'll find out.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, I guess. Mr. Faulkner, would you tell Mrs. Morris I'd like to go back with the other women?
That'll be up to Mrs. Davidson. She's only put you in here for your own protection, you know.
Yeah, but I don't need protection now. I've done what they wanted. I've given Mrs. Davidson a written statement.
Clearing Bryant.
Yeah,
Good on you. I think you've done the right thing.
maybe. I'm not so sure. Clears her, but what's it going to do to me? Mrs. Morris reckons I'll only get a fine. What do you reckon?
Well, that'll be up to the court, but it sounds right to me. It's not too bad when you think about it. I mean, Judy shouldn't even be here. Must have been a hell of a blow to find herself back inside for something she didn't do.
Yeah, well, she's in the clear now. So can I go back with the other women? They haven't got any reason to have it in for me now.
I'll see what I can do.
I've only got 4 more days to serve. I'll go nuts if I've got to spend them in here. At least I hope I've only got 4.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
I thought you'd be pleased.
Pleased? That's the understatement of the year. I thought my chances of getting out of here were really stuffed. Oh, sorry,
I think I know what you mean.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, first of all, a copy of this has to be forwarded to the police through your solicitor. Then they decide whether or not you and Donahue were, in fact, in collusion.
Well, we weren't. I mean, that was clear in the statement.
Yes, I know, and I'm sure she was telling the truth. But the police have to make the final decision. You then make an application for an appeal, and all being well, the sentence should be quashed.
Okay, that's clear. What's next?
Well, as you know, your parole license has been cancelled, so you will have to reapply for that. In the meantime, just behave yourself and don't spoil your chances.
You don't have to worry about me. From now on, I'm going to be a little angel. Maybe not so little. In fact, I think I won't be seeing you again unless it's for a visit.
I hope so, Bryant. I really hope so.
How's it all going?
Oh, terrific, if you don't mind slave labour.
I want your opinion on something.
Yeah?
How do you think the women would react if we put Donahue back with her?
Don't think much of a chance. It's not the way she's been holding out on Judy.
What if I told you that she'd made a statement clearing Judy?
Yeah, fair dinkum.
It's on Mrs. Davidson's desk right now.
Well, that'd change their attitude a lot.
Could you guarantee her safety?
Yeah, I suppose so, as long as she behaves herself.
Right, I'll have a word with the governor. It's good news for Judy, isn't it?
Yeah, terrific. But what about Helen Smart?
What about her?
Haven't you heard? Well, she upset some political bigwig called Stanfield, and the next minute they find a bundle of dope in her apartment. Apparently she has some evidence that would ruin his political chances, and he's making damn sure she doesn't get a chance to use it.
What sort of evidence?
Books, accounts, that sort of thing. She needs to get a letter of authorisation out to your mate at the Dispatch so they can be examined. But Stanfield has the usual connections in high places, and he's making it impossible for her.
You want me to smuggle it out, right?
Yeah.
No way. It cost me my job.
Well, so much for your principles on justice.
Well, now, fair go. I'm already skating on thin ice for the last 2 articles in the Dispatch. They'd know for sure it was me.
And what if Pal were to find out that you let Lizzie in to speak to Helen? That'd cost you your job too.
Oh, Doreen, shut up.
Look, I'm prepared to do the odd favour for you when it won't cause any harm. That's all. That's the way it's got to be.
No guts. What would you expect?
Oh, well, you can't really blame him, I suppose, anyway. It was worth a try.
Yeah, well, who else is there now?
No one I can think of. So it looks like we do it all by ourselves.
Hey, girls. You never guess what happened?
Jackie signed a confession.
Oh, I wanted to tell you that.
Mr. Faulkner told us. Oh, he gets wonderful love.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's marvellous, Jude.
Yeah.
When are they going to let you out?
Well, I don't know. I guess there'll be a lot of red tape and all that. The good thing is Laurie's not going to know I was back inside.
Well, there's cause for a celebration drink. How's the brew going, Doreen?
I'm not too sure. See, I'm not real good at making this stuff. I think it smells vile. Lizzie reckons it's all right. I've got to check it out later.
Is there enough there for a drink or not?
Oh, I'm not too sure about that either, but I've got to go down the boiler room later. Will you come with me,
Yeah,
Jude?
sure.
No. Not a good idea. Jude has to behave herself. We don't want to mess up her release.
Now, come on. I'll be careful. Anyway, it's worth the risk for a drink, isn't it?
All right, but I hold you responsible, Doreen.
So what's new? If Davo got pregnant, you'd hold me responsible.
Yeah. And a couple of weeks' time, you won't be able to blame me if she gets pregnant.
I'd like to thank you for your cooperation, Mrs. Davidson. I wish everyone was this helpful.
Quite frankly, Sergeant Ryan, I personally cannot see the necessity now there's been a public trial. The drug organisation must know by now that Helen Smart is in Wentworth.
And sure to. That's why we want to keep her segregated. We think they might get jumpy and try to do away with her while she's in here.
Well, I'm sure our security could handle any attempt.
Mrs. Davidson, with all due respect, you must realise that we're dealing with experts. Dangerous experts. They may have already put a sleeper in here. It has happened before.
I can understand your concern, but I assure you it is completely against my principles. However, the department has instructed me to work in close cooperation with the police, so for the time being, my hands are somewhat tied.
Yes, I can understand how you feel, but it is necessary for the time being.
This business about withholding any writing materials, what is the reason behind that?
Well, she mustn't be given the opportunity to get any messages out to the gang. We don't want them to go for cover.
Her mail could be censored.
There are other ways. Code, notes smuggled out. Believe me, we know what we're doing.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Davidson?
Yes, Mr. Faulkner. Sergeant Ryan is here to have another interview with Helen Smart. Would you look after him, please?
Yes, of course. This way, Sergeant. Incidentally, Helen Smart served her 2 days in solitary. Will I return her to the main part of the prison?
All her rights and privileges are to be restored to her, but in the meantime, she is to be returned to the special solitary cell we've arranged for her.
But I thought that...
Just carry out your orders, Mr. Faulkner.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, and the writing materials.
Yes. Also, she is not to have access to any writing materials. That will be all, thank you.
Thanks once again for your cooperation, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, it's you again.
Don't be like that, Smart.
What did you expect? Handsprings? You had your trial, you got your conviction. What more do you want?
I've been asked to question you further.
Do you want me to leave?
No, it doesn't matter.
I've been over it 1,000 times. There's nothing more I can tell you.
Or maybe there's something new you may have remembered.
There isn't! How long am I going to be locked up here in solitary? I was only supposed to be here for 2 days.
You'll have all your privileges returned today.
Thank God for that.
Where did the drugs come from?
Are you still here? I don't know where the drugs came from.
I have no connections with the narcotics business and never have had. I have no contact with any runners whatsoever. Prior to the drugs being found in my flat, I spent several days in Wentworth Detention Centre on a charge of prostitution. Several people had access to the flat in my absence. It is my opinion that the drugs were deliberately planted to incriminate me. End of story, end of interview, goodbye.
If that's true, obviously you'd suspect someone.
You found them, maybe it was you.
Why would I do that?
Oh, who knows? Maybe you were down on your number of arrests for the month. Look, who am I going to be sharing with when I go back?
Well, you're not going back, you're just having your privileges returned.
No, not that again, please. I'm going to go around the twist. I do have some rights, you know.
Didn't you search your flat after you'd been away from it?
Why the hell would I do that? I'm not in the habit of finding stacks of drugs hidden in my undies and under the mattress. You better get my solicitor. You have no right to keep me locked up like this.
Okay, Mr. Faulkner, I'm ready to go now.
What, you mean that's it?
What's the point when she's in this mood?
And my mood's not going to get any better while I'm being locked up in here.
Do you think you're ever going to get any more information out of her? Isn't it just possible she may be telling the truth?
She was convicted. Anyway, it's not going to be my problem much longer. Someone else is taking over.
You're moving on to another case?
No, I'm leaving the force. I've resigned.
Off to greener pastures, eh?
Oh, much greener. I've landed the job as a manager of a security company.
Not so much pressure.
No, much more money.
Congratulations. What's the name of the security company?
Firm called Guards Incorporated.
Guards Incorporated. Keep it in mind. I might look you up for a job one day.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh, it stinks in here. What'd you bring down? A pair of Lucy's knickers?
Yeah, it is a bit strong, I suppose.
What's all that mess?
Oh, see, I put a bit more yeast in the brew and it sort of overflowed.
Thank God the place is ventilated, otherwise we'd be stinking out the whole prison. Well, there's your problem. Give us this. You see, this lid, it's not on properly. If you don't have the lid on properly, love, you won't get a proper flow coming down there, you see. That ought to do it. Right. That's why you don't have much in the jar. Oh, that'll take the hair off her chest.
We're gonna have gallons and gallons of this stuff.
Oh, God. Well, there it goes. It's starting to roll again.
Yeah. Let's get this place cleaned up and let's get out of here.
Whew.
Hi. Well, I've seen happier faces. What's the matter?
Oh, just a bit puzzled, that's all.
What about?
Helen Smart.
Oh, what's she been up to this time?
Oh, that's just it. Nothing that I can see.
Well, then.
Mrs. Davidson told me to return all her privileges, but to keep her in solitary.
Why? She should be treated just like any other prisoner. Why solitary?
That's what's bothering me.
Did Mrs. Davidson give any reason?
Well, I got the feeling she was being pressured into it. Sergeant Ryan was with her at the time.
What's he doing here?
I'm questioning Smart again. There's something very fishy about this whole business.
Oh, you know what the police are like. They're always coming on heavy.
No, that's the point. He wasn't. It was the weakest interrogation I've ever seen. He didn't seem to give a damn about Smart, except that she'd be isolated from the other women. Mind you, he did tell me he was leaving the force soon, going to work for some security company.
Oh, well, there's your answer then. He's just biding his time.
Yeah, maybe. There's something else niggling me. Something Smith told me. I think I might do a bit of checking.
Do you know when Colleen's coming back on duty?
Yeah, they'll be on the board.
Oh, yeah. I'm very worried about her reaction to that letter Carol Lewis sent to Jennifer. She wasn't happy.
No. Hello, dispatch. Yeah, I'd like to speak to Matthew Thomas, thanks.
Yes. Well, she's not on duty till tomorrow morning. I wonder whether I should give her a ring.
Might be best to give her time to cool down. Hello, Matt. Steve. Oh, good, thanks, mate. I thought you might be able to give me a bit of information. Do you know anything about a company called Guards Incorporated? Why? Really? It's interesting. Oh, no, nothing important, not yet anyway. If I find anything, I'll get back to you. Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll see you later. That's a turn up for the books.
Why? What's happened?
Turns out our friendly policeman was going to work for a company called Guards Incorporated.
Well, what about it?
Guards Incorporated turns out to be a subsidiary of Stanfield Industries.
Never heard of them.
Haven't you? I have. So's B. Smith. More importantly, so is Helen Smart. Okay, Smart. Time for exercise period.
I thought I was being moved to the other cell today.
Later this afternoon. There's no hurry. It's only the cell next door.
At least I'll have some of my own things in there. This dump's driving me crazy. Oh, I want to see my solicitor, the governor, anybody.
I can arrange it if you like, but I don't think it'll do you any good. They'd just say it's for your own protection.
Do you do me a favour? If you got me a pen and paper, I'd be very grateful to you anytime you'd want me to be.
It's time for your exercise period.
That's what I mean. We could exercise in here. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Forget it. I'm not itchy.
You bastard. You're just like all the rest of them.
Let's go.
I don't suppose Erica Davidson's a lesbian.
I don't think so, but I can ask her if you like.
No, don't bother. With my luck, even if she were, she'd be into skinny brunettes.
Was it Detective Sergeant Ryan who arrested you?
Yes.
What happened exactly?
Read the account of the trial in the papers.
I did. Was it true?
You want special information? The real truth? Then you get in touch with Detective Sergeant Ryan. And you scratch his back.
Oh, Meg, I was wondering if you'd be prepared to take on your old job as careers officer for Susan. As yet, she doesn't have a job or accommodation, and that's the first thing the board will ask.
Yes, I'll be glad to. What about Slater's offer of a home and to work on the farm?
Well, even if Susan would accept it, I doubt that the board would be very happy about her being in the custody of an ex-prisoner.
Oh, for heaven's sake, she was only in for driving without a license. I mean, she's not a criminal.
In the eyes of the board, she is still an ex-prisoner. You should know that.
There's a church hostel for girls that I know. I might be able to get her a room there.
Well, that would be a start.
Yes, I'll have a word with them on the way home. Oh, any news on Donahue's confession?
Yes, Sergeant Burke was on the phone just as you came in. Apparently they have accepted her statement, all unofficial, of course, but things are looking very good for Bryant.
How's the brew?
Terrific. We're going to be up to our ears in it soon.
Yeah, I must admit the boiler room smells like a gorilla's armpit, but it tastes okay. In fact, it has a mick like a cule.
I think we should put some peppermint flavouring in it. That way it'd help the taste and also the smell of it on our breath.
Hey, Jackie, I wanted to thank you for what you did. I really appreciate it.
That's okay.
I hope everything goes all right. They're not too hard on you.
Well, I'll find out soon enough. I've just been told the trial's tomorrow.
Well, good luck anyway, huh?
Thanks. Funny, isn't it? I was supposed to be released tomorrow. Now they'll probably send me straight back here.
No, you'll probably only cop theft by finding. That's not so serious. Might only be a fine.
That's what Mrs. Morris said.
Hey, B, I was just out dumping the rubbish and I saw Helen Smart having an exercise period out in the garden.
Who was with her?
Steve Faulkner. I thought we might be able to get to her.
Oh, turn it up. We've got to get the pen and paper to her and wait while she writes the authorisation. And what do you think he's going to be doing all that time?
Well, I thought it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, it's a good idea, Myra. You keep them coming.
Yeah, keep 'em coming, Margot.
Mrs. Beamish, Susie really is a very nice girl. I mean, it's not as if she's a criminal. I mean, she's never been convicted of any crime.
Mrs. Morris, we have certain standards here. I mean, most of our girls come from decent, respectable families. I don't think the Board of Governors would approve.
Look, Susie's really had a very unfortunate childhood. I mean, she's been pushed from one foster parent or institution to another. Her only crime is that she keeps running away. Now, I thought your church was supposed to take pride in helping young people.
Well, of course we do. There are corrective institutions.
That's exactly the sort of place she keeps running away from. She doesn't need correction. She needs a home. Look, here's an article about Susie in the Dispatch. Here, why don't you read it and see what I'm talking about?
Why, I've read this article. So this is the girl?
Yes.
I see. You're right, this is a special case. Mrs. Morris, under the circumstances, I must agree with you. I can't promise anything, of course, but I assure you I'll do everything in my power to help.
Thank you. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
Finish with your dinner. I'd come to get the dishes. Not hungry?
What do you think?
Look, I know it's hard, but if you don't eat, you're going to get sick.
I'm sick already. I'm sick of being in here on my own. Please let me see the governor. She's got to let me return to the other girls. I'm going crazy in here.
It was her orders that put you in here. I thought this might help.
Hello? Wentworth Detention Centre? No, I'm sorry. Mrs. Davidson's not in yet. Would you like to leave your name or a message? Oh, very well. Thank you. Thank you.
Morning. Where's Julie?
Oh, morning. Oh, she's running late, and the escort's here to take Donahue to court. Meg, could you get her, please? This phone's gone absolutely mad. I'm flat out here.
Oh, no, look,
Hello?
I was going straight down to
Wentworth
see Susie
Detention
Driscoll. I've got
Centre.
some good news.
Hold the line a moment, would you please?
Oh, morning.
Thank you. Wentworth
Look,
Detention
Colleen,
Centre.
this is the escort for Donahue. I was wondering whether you would...
No, I'm sorry. No,
I'll get
I'm
her.
sorry, you
I won't
must
be a
have the
minute.
wrong number.
Hi, Jackie. Just dropped by to wish you good luck.
Thanks. Just hope B was right about the fine. Couple of customers and I'll have it paid off easy.
Well, with my limited experience in massage parlors, better you than me, kid.
What's it like, Jackie? I mean, well, you know.
Oh, it's not so bad, really. It can get pretty rough at times. You've got to know how to look after yourself. But it's an easy way to pick up some big money.
Easy? Are you kidding with the sort of men you get in those dumps? Fat, greasy little perverts with clammy hands? Look.
Well, they're not all that bad. In fact, some of them are quite nice. Anyway, all you've got to do is learn how to switch off.
Switch off?
Yeah, you've got to give the impression that you like them and that you're having a good time, and at the same time cut yourself off so it doesn't get to you.
Most of the prostitutes I've met have been really nice.
Of course, haven't you heard? We've all got hearts of gold.
Are you ready, Donahue? Your escort's waiting. Susie, I've got some news for you, but you'll have to wait till I've taken Jackie to reception. Not long, eh, now?
I hope not.
Righto, Donahue, let's go.
Good luck, Jackie.
Yeah, good luck, love. Give my love to the beak, huh?
Oh, she's really quite nice, isn't she?
Yeah. She's got a heart of gold.
Outside, Gaffney.
What do you mean? What have I done now?
It's got nothing to do with you. I want to speak to Lewis.
I haven't finished making my bed.
I said outside. Close the door. Okay, Lewis. I think I've treated you pretty well under the circumstances, but this time you've gone too far.
Why? What have I done?
Don't play the innocent with me. Oh, I've been around types like you for years. You'll grab at any straw to save your own miserable neck. I saw that letter you wrote to my daughter. You bitch. You stood by while that mongrel husband of yours attacked her. And now you've got the gall to try and con her into feeling sorry for you.
That's not true. She wrote that letter of her own free will.
You think she's going to stand up in court and give you a good character reference? I've got news for you. You haven't got a hope in hell. She's my daughter. She's underage and she's going to do what I tell her.
Look, I know how you feel.
You don't know how I feel. All right. I want that letter. Now.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, Julie has arrived, and I wasn't sure whether you were getting Donahue or not. The escort's getting very impatient.
Mrs. Morris,
What is
you
it,
better
Becky?
come quick. Mrs. Powell just barged into our cell a minute ago and ordered me out. She's in there alone with Carol Lewis, and she shut the door.
Look, you take Donahue up to reception. I'll go and see what's happening.
You won't need any help?
No, I'm sure I'll be able to.
Right.
You better come quick. Looked like she was going to blow the top.
Wait outside here in the corridor.
I'll-
I said wait outside. What's going on in here?
Nothing? Nothing at all. What's this dramatic entrance?
Why was the door closed?
Gaffney closed it on the way out.
She said she was ordered out.
Right. I wanted a private chat here with Lewis.
Are you all right, Lewis?
I don't know why you're panicking. Everything's under control.
Have you bashed her?
Don't be stupid. Does she look as though she's been bashed? And don't ever yell at me.
I told you to wait outside, Gaffney.
Just wanted to make sure you screws weren't trying to cover up.
I'm all right, Margot. Nothing happened.
There you are. Like I told you. Everything's under control.
I want the truth, Lewis. What happened?
Like she said, we just had a private chat.
What did that bitch want?
The letter Jenny wrote me.
And did you give it to her? Then did she bash you? Well, why did you give it to her?
Because I didn't think it was worth being bashed over.
Don't worry. I'll get it back for you.
I don't want it back. I just want to forget the whole thing.
I reckon it's better for Carol to be working with us rather than hanging about in her cell. Pal might want to have another crack at her.
Yeah, that's right, love. You stick with us. We'll look after you.
And I reckon we ought to try and get that letter back too. God, if she read that at the trial.
No, Margot, just forget about it.
Yeah, we're wasting our time. I mean, if Pal wanted to get rid of that letter, she would have done that ages ago.
It's great, isn't it? We're ruled by a system that allows bitches like Pal to be in charge of us.
Are you all late, love? Where you been?
I've been talking to Mrs. Morris. It looks like the article B wrote's caused a big stir. Well, she said the ministers asked the parole board to bring my case forward.
Hey, that's great. Good on ya, Susie. Good old bee. She's done it again.
What's the matter with you? You don't look too happy about it. This means that you're going to have a chance to get out of this dump once and for all and legally.
Yeah, well, I suppose I am. It's just, well, what am I going to do? Mrs. Morris is pretty sure she's got accommodation for me at a girls' hostel. But I haven't got a job, and they're not going to let me out if I have to go on the dole, are they?
she can do.
Yeah, like what? She hasn't got any qualifications, and even if she had, there are plenty of kids looking for work nowadays.
Well, maybe it'd be better if she stayed here with us.
Don't be so stupid. That's why Bea wrote the letter in the first place.
Oh, that's just what I need, a nice cup of tea. Mind if I join you?
Why not? Water's hot.
You feeling better now?
What do you mean now?
Oh, come off it, Colleen. You're in a foul mood when you arrived this morning, and then there was that incident with Carol Lewis. I mean, what really happened?
I told you, nothing.
I've been thinking. It can't be easy having her around to remind you all the time of what happened to Jennifer.
I can handle it.
Well, why should you have to? When she's sentenced, why don't you have her transferred to Barnhurst? Be much easier on you.
How are you getting on getting a job with Susie Driscoll?
Well, it's not been easy. It's very tough on young kids today trying to look for work.
Well, I hope you find her something soon. Even with the minister's urging, they're not going to let her out to go on the dole.
Yeah. But she deserves something better than that if she's going to have a chance.
Yeah. Really great world for kids today, isn't it?
I just want to remind you kids, the next time you're out and you feel the old tummy start to rumble, hop into your nearest chuck wagon for the quickest pizzas in the West. Mum will love our golden brown, succulent, fresh from the pan chicken.
Hey, Susie, how'd you feel about working in a chuck wagon?
A what?
A chuck wagon, you know, it's a fast food place.
Oh, no. I suppose it'd be better than nothing. Why?
Well, it's just that a lot of kids are working in those places nowadays.
But they'd never take me on. Well, not after having been in here.
Well, at least you could give it a try. Now, why don't you get Bea to help you to write a letter to them? Just tell a few lies about your past. They'll never be able to find out.
That's right, and if the first few lies don't work, then you can lie a whole heap in the second try.
Yeah, I reckon it's a terrific idea. Maybe you and Jude will get out at the same time, and that way it'll give us a really good cause to celebrate. Oh, that reminds me. I wonder how Bru's getting on.
Well, the last time I saw it, it was smelling terrible, looking great. I reckon it's going to break down to 100 to 1.
Rubbish. I reckon you got a weak stomach, and that's your trouble.
Lewis, visitor for you, your solicitor.
Good luck, love. Don't forget to tell him about the letter.
Hey, when's Helen Smart coming out? She served her 2 days in the pound.
She'll be there for some time yet.
Why?
I don't know. I just follow orders.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Let me get this straight. The girl actually wrote to you and thanked you for protecting her, right?
Yeah, but I told you, I haven't got the letter anymore, so I can't use it as evidence.
Well, that's not essential. It would have been more effective if we could have produced the letters, but why on earth didn't you tell me all this before?
Well, it's only just happened. Anyway, I don't want to involve the girl anymore. She's suffered enough.
Mrs. Lewis, we're talking about a large part of your future. We've got to use every means at our disposal to help your case.
Why? What good'll that do?
Well, we can put her on the stand as a sympathetic witness. I've got a fairly good idea we can have the charge switched to manslaughter with a plea of guilty.
Sympathetic witness. After what she's been through.
If she's prepared to write a letter like that, she's bound to give you a good character testimony in court tomorrow. And that's certainly going to help to lighten your sentence.
You're the expert.
All you need to know is things are looking up.
Hey, Lizzie, what are the chances on picking the lock on the gate to the security block?
No way. Padlocks and door locks are one thing, but the door to the security gate, God, that's really bloody complicated.
Oh, damn it. We've got to get that authorization from Helen.
Why don't we smash it in with a hammer and chisel?
Oh, don't be stupid to have the screws rushing from all around us.
Now, just a minute. That might not be a bad idea, you know, if we could get everyone to make a huge racket.
Yeah, but you'd have to get everybody in the prison.
Yeah, we would.
Go easy, Jude. If you want your appeal to go through, you got to behave yourself.
I would like to help Helen. She has helped me a lot in the past.
Righto. You attend to the noise department, and I'll smash the gate.
You? He couldn't even lift the hammer.
Oh, shut your face. I may be wiry, but I'm thin. Oh, bugger the lot of you, then. You do it. It's your idea.
Smash in the security lock. It'd be a pleasure.
Yeah, well, just hang on a minute. We've got to get the okay from B. Right?
Right. I'll check with her tonight. $500 fine and 3 months to pay. How'd you manage that?
I think the magistrate was one of my old customers. Not sure, though. I didn't recognise him with his clothes on.
Sign there.
Now, if you'll just sign out, please.
Of course. And thank you for your help.
I just popped back and wished Judy good luck with her appeal.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Anyway, in your profession, I'd say you'd be seeing them again pretty soon.
Am I free to go now? I mean, am I officially released?
You can go.
In that case, Mrs. Powell, you know, you could be quite nice, really, if you weren't such a miserable bitch.
Nice girl.
She'll be back.
Oh, you little beauty!
How is it?
Fan-bloody-tastic. Only we're going to find somewhere to store it, otherwise it'll be all over the place.
God, Lizzie, it's about your breath. Is there any booze left?
Well, I had to taste it, didn't I? Just to see if it was all right.
For God's sake, go and stand over there and don't you dare breathe out in the corridor. They'll be able to smell it down in reception.
Never earned more than $3,000 in his life. He's getting $100,000 for this. And it looks as though he's going to get it.
I hope I don't make a fool of myself in court tomorrow.
She'll be right, love. Just tell the truth and answer the questions as clearly as you can.
They'll ask me what he did to me, won't they?
No, they'll try and make it as easy on you as they can. Come on, sweetheart, it's not you on trial.
Don't worry, love. We'll be there.
Yes?
Mrs. Powell?
Yes, that's right. Oh, didn't I see you at Wentworth today?
Yes, that's right. I was visiting my client, Mrs. Lewis.
Your client?
Yes, I'm her solicitor.
What do you want?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like a few words with your daughter.
No, I'm sorry, she's not at home.
Well, maybe I can wait.
Okay. We're just about to go to bed. I don't know what time she'll be home. All right? Good night.
Was going to stop that fight just before
Who was that, love?
Brookfidge hit the floor.
Taxi driver.
He quite rightly
Had the wrong address.
And he quite rightly sent Leonard away from his own corner to a neutral corner and allowed Finch to get up.
Okay, I'll be off now. See you both at court. Go easy on the makeup, all right?
Yes, Mum, all right. And wear a pale blue dress, buttoned up to the neck and sensible shoes, okay?
Well, I don't think you have to go that far. I just want you to look nice and...
Respectable?
Don't be silly. You always look that. You make sure you get her there on time, will you?
Yes, love, and I'll make sure we've both got clean hankies.
Okay. If you're both so organised, the dishes are here on the sink.
All right, we'll do them. You better be going.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you both later.
I never thought we'd get rid of her.
We're all a little bit on edge this morning, love.
Daddy, this woman, Carol Lewis, I haven't really got anything against her. what happened to me, well, it wasn't really her fault. And if she hadn't been around, things would have been a lot worse. She really killed him to protect me. I can't hate her for that.
No one's asking you to, love.
I know. But Mum won't understand that. She's gone really weird over this woman. From the way she's been acting and the things she's been saying, I sort of get the idea that she wants me to, well, lie about Carol so she'll get a stiffer sentence.
No, love. Look, I know your mother's upset, but she wouldn't want you to do that. Look, you're still our little girl, whether you like it or not. It's just... well, what happened, it's playing on her mind. She loves you very much, you know that, don't you?
I love her. And I don't want her to be hurt anymore. But, Dad, I won't lie about what Carol did for me.
No one's asking you to, love. Look, all you've got to do is just get up in that court in front of the judge and just tell the truth. And what Carol's involvement was. And then it's entirely up to the judge and the jury what punishment she gets. It's not up to your mother.
I know that. But does Mum?
She's a wonderful woman, your mother. She'll accept it. Just might take a bit of time.
Bea helped me write a terrific letter last night. I can hardly believe it was about me when I read it. Do you reckon I'll get the job, Jude?
I hope so, love. Have you mailed it yet?
I gave it to Officer Barry to post this morning. Well, I wanted to get it out before I got cold feet.
Yeah, well, with Bea writing the letter, I'd say the job was as good as yours.
How much longer do we have to wait?
Only a couple of minutes, love. Bea and Doreen are going to start a diversion in the laundry, and that should alert the women in maternity.
Well, with our noise down here, that should drown out a bazooka.
Let's hope so, huh?
We ready?
Just about. You got the paper and pencil?
Yep, in here.
Okay, get ready, huh?
Lewis, time to get ready for court.
Good luck, love.
Keep your chin up.
Don't let them scare you.
Too late for that.
Okay, honey, now you wait till that coast is clear and then you go for it. You remember you've got 5 minutes to get to the security gates, then all hell is going to break loose.
Right.
Okay, girls, we're on our way.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I didn't think you'd be here. I thought you'd be taking the day off for the trial.
Well, it's not for a couple of hours. I had a few things to do in here. Told Patrick and Jennifer I'd meet them there.
Uh-huh.
I just thought I heard a noise.
What?
I don't know. Some sort of clatter.
I didn't hear anything.
It's me, Margot. Helen! Helen, can you hear me? I've got a pen and paper for you. Girls, ready when you are.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Ah, you're off too. Could have got a lift in the van. Oh, I'm sorry. Just sort of joke. What the hell? Sounds like another riot. God, come on. You bastard!
What the hell's happening?
I don't know, but it's shop and return it.
Are they actually rioting?
Well, no, there's no sign of any violence, just this terrible noise.
What the blazes are they up to?
It could be a diversion.
Right, lock the security gates. Go and tell Mrs. Davidson.
Right.
quickly.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.